Hi guys, thanks for coming. My name is Lisa He and I'm the owner of Borderlands Bakery, a cookie decorating supply and baking supply and education shop. You can check us out over at borderlandsbakery.com. And I'm also the founder of My Custom Bakes, which is a cottage bakery order management app. It's really simple to use. It's something that was designed, developed, and also maintained by fellow cottage bakers, so we really get it. If you're looking for a way to easily manage your orders, please check us out. We're only $10 a month for our pro members, and we also have a free tier. Today, we're going to talk about how to price your cottage goods, what to consider, and maybe this will, validate how much you're charging for your orders, or maybe it'll encourage you to raise your prices, or maybe it'll help you consider a few other things as you build out the pricing structure for your menu. In the description box below, I've included a link to a copy of this Excel sheet. If you don't have Excel, you can upload it into your Google Drive and it'll become a Google Sheet. It's a basic bakery calculator. It takes into account your ingredients, your overhead, and your labor. Now, what's not included in this calculator are some factors that are more difficult to measure, and it's very personal. So you have to really think about your geography, where you're located. That will also dictate what the market will hold and what people are willing to pay for this. Of course, we all want to charge as much as we can, right? But based on where we live, that just might not be practical or realistic for all of us. So think about that, geography. The other thing is experience level. So if you're very experienced and your work is absolutely immaculate, you're going to be able to charge more. If you're a beginner and you're just getting started, you're not going to be able to charge as much. Take a look at the other bakers around you and just kind of gauge what other people are charging based on their skill level and experience. And you can also start to get an idea of what you might be able to charge. Also, side note, speaking of other bakers, it's always a really good idea to make friends with the bakers around you. That way you have a referral system and a support system, because we all know how difficult this industry can be. It's very laborious, really stressful. You wear a lot of hats. I get it. I've been there. I'm still one. So I always encourage people to network and make friends. Now, this calculator has a couple of different sections. The first tab is your calculator, the actual number crunching part. The second tab is a fixed cost tab. It's really just your notes, because I want you to keep these things in the back of your mind. You're probably paying a little bit for your website, and if it's free, great. You might be paying for your email service. Please sign up and collect emails ASAP. I use Flowdesk. I have a referral link in the description box below. It's a flat rate no matter how many people you got on your list and how many emails you send. I love it. I used to use MailChimp. I converted. Flowdesk is superior, in my opinion. You might be paying somebody for your logo design, graphic design. You might be paying for a video editing app on your phone, like $50 a year, or a photo editing app. Your rent, food color, dehydrator, projectors, supplies, tools. There are so many other costs involved in this. So just keep that in mind as you price out your products, okay? Now, if we look at the calculator itself, this is for chewy chocolate chip cookies. I make these jumbo cookies, and this is for 14 of them. The first section speaks to the ingredients cost, or the cost of goods. And I have each ingredient listed here with the amount used and the cost of the amount used. So you have to do a little bit of math to figure out how much it actually costs to use this amount per batch. And then here we add it all up. If you need to subtract or add lines, you just right click here and you insert row above or below, making sure to never touch this so that your math is correct. Even if you mess it up, it's a simple sum. So it's just add all these guys up and you get your total ingredients cost. The next section talks to the cost of goods from a tools, supply, and packaging perspective. make sure you're charging or taking into consideration the cost of your labeling, the cost of your packaging, the cost of your tags, stickers, all of that you got to put in here, okay? I know we don't want to and we forget about it, and it's easy to forget about it, but don't cut yourself short. There are other costs, and this is usually overhead and fees. So this is a great place to capture your fixed cost of the things that you've purchased already, or the bigger equipment that you're kind of, making up for the cost over time. So I have overhead here as it relates to electricity, utilities, etc., food color. Are you using any other tools in your work? The pans that you bought for your bread, like the really expensive cast iron, right? So all those things are a part of it. Now here I've got a labor hourly rate. How much do you want to make per hour? If you're making 25 bucks per hour as a cottage baker, I think that's pretty good. Depending on your state, everybody has a different upper limit for the amount of sales that you're capped out at. 25 bucks an hour, if that's a full-time job, you're making 50 grand a year, right? But most of us are not doing that, and I can guarantee you most of us are not making $25 an hour. If anything, it's like 8 to 10 is what I see most often. But depending on your labor rate, if we change this to 50, right, it's going to change, the cost of your labor, of course, based on how much time you spent on it. And then this is, active time. So your packaging time, your baking time, your hands-on time. This does not include any resting time where you're not active. And then it adds everything up and it suggests a price per batch. So price for the 14 cookies here, as well as a suggested price per serving. And again, if we change this will change. And I can tell you right now that my cookies are $5 each, and they are these big, chewy chocolate chip cookies, and this actually works out really well for me. Now, here are the other things you want to consider that you might want to add into your overhead and fees. So a lot of us use payment processors. Everybody has to eat. Every service has to make money. So most commonly, we see like a 3% fee plus a 30-cent surcharge. Depending on what state you're in, you're not really allowed to tack that on as a surcharge at the end of the order. My suggestion for ease, because we're all supposed to be running official up and up businesses here, right? Just include it in the price of your goods. Then you don't have to think about it. And you know that that cost has been taken care of. You also have to carefully think through, you're going to be paying taxes on all of this. So keep that in mind and make sure you price enough so that you're making money and that you're setting money aside to pay your taxes. And lastly, think through everything that you're using and the services that you're using for your costs, and don't forget to include those, okay? So again, you can download this in the description box below. I would just add a new tab or copy this tab and have one tab for each product that you offer. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hopefully this was really helpful. Again, you can find us over at borderlandsbakery.com and mycustombakes.com. And I look forward to seeing you around and creating more helpful content for you guys. See you soon.